Hello. Today I wanted to show you my MiSTer FPGA. A lot of people have these things. You build them with a DE10 Nano and a couple extra boards and a RAM chip, and it can become just about any game console you want, and a lot of old computers too. So there's tons of videos about the MiSTer on YouTube. So this one I'm going to show a unofficial core that's makes the MiSTer turn into a Sun Sparcstation 5. It's pretty easy to install once you find it on the web. You just put the RBF file in the _ computer directory, and then you put the rom.bin into a new directory _games called Sparcstation, with both the S's capital, and then any hard disk files. He has pre-made hard disk files for Sun OS, Solaris 7, two versions of Linux, Red Hat Linux and Debian Linux, and also NeXTSTEP 3.3. Yep, NeXTSTEP also ran on Sparkstations, certain ones, and some HP PA RISC stations up to version 3.3. So now you can run NeXTSTEP on a MiSTer FPGA. So I'm gonna start the core over here. Computer, SS5. I'm gonna pause it for it because it takes about 2.5 minutes to boot it to where it gets to the open firmware screen. So hold on. Open BIOS. It doesn't save disk assignment, so whenever you boot it up or reset the core, you're going to have to attach your disk images with F12. Okay, you'll see. I'm going to do Next because that's the coolest one. I think you can run Solaris and Sun OS and Linux on tons of other things, but NeXTSTEP is kind of rare. So you can see that the IMMO revision is set to 11 for Next. And then just we're going to attach the NeXTSTEP drive, and then we're going to type boot disk. I'm going to pause it for a second because it takes another minute to even start booting. -V. Verbose. We want verbose. I actually had a Sparcstation 20 many years ago and did load NeXTSTEP 3.3 on it. It was really cool, and it was much faster than this, so it's not quite the same speed, even though it's technically emulating a Sparcstation 5. I think the limitation is how fast the DE10 Nano can go. It's meant for kind of older computers. This is a little bit more advanced, but it works. It also, this core can emulate a Sparcstation 20, but I found that it's even slower, and it can only really run one version of Linux. It can't do all the stuff that the Sparcstation 5 core can seem to do, and he already has pre-made images for this. I did try to install NeXTSTEP myself, and it took a long time, and then I made a mistake and corrupted it, and I didn't want to start over, so I'm just using the pre-made image. Nope, gotta hit Control C because the core doesn't have networking support with the MiSTer. I mean, the MiSTer only supports networking for just a few cores anyway, namely the Amiga and C64 cores anyway. So since this is an unofficial core, it's not surprising it doesn't have networking, but doesn't mean he won't have it someday. But you have to skip past the network and let it boot up. Reboot complete. Yay, let's back up a little bit. Logs in with the default Me account. I'd have to change the password and please eject disk and external drive 1. I didn't see that the last time okay, well, that's new, but yeah, you can, let's just move that out of the way. Next apps. Why not terminal? All right, there you go. NeXTSTEP 3.3 running on a MiSTer FPGA.